So a lot of people have been making judgments in terms of which one is going to be better, Project Natal or PlayStation Move. Now here's the problem with that. First of all, don't you think it's a little premature to actually be making judgment just of yet? Think about it. We just found out what the PlayStation Move has to offer, and we've yet to find out what Project Natal has to offer. I will tell you this though, if Project Natal requires a totally different presentation and they can't fit it into their E3 presentation, that definitely means that Microsoft has something really cooking this year. You have to think about that for a second. Microsoft must have something really powerful up their sleeve if they have to make two presentations. At any rate, another thing is that we don't know even what the name of Project Natal is going to be. Now, it could be called Natal. I mean, I don't mind that. It does sound like a pretty decent name. Of course, as vintage Microsoft, Natal was I believe it was Greek. I think it was. I'm not 100% sure. It was a Greek city, I believe. But at any rate, like I said, at that point, I'm not 100% sure. But Microsoft has not revealed yet what Natal can do, what Natal can provide for gaming, just of yet. I mean, think about it. I mean, this is something pretty big. So the last thing that I know that they did pretty big was two things: Xbox Live and NXT. And in my opinion, Xbox Live was huge. Two, NXT, in my opinion, was fantastic, especially when comparing it to the original Xbox Blades. You know, NXT was a definite jump. You know, basically upgrading a console by software alone. And yeah, it did it, and it did it beautifully. Now, overall, like I said before, it's way premature. Now, in terms of which one at this particular time do I think is going to win, you know, by just technology that's been given, I have to say that the PlayStation Move is most likely going to win. And a reason why I say that, because, well, we've already seen it in the works. Think about it. Look at it. Even down to the wristband, it's the freaking Nintendo controller. Now, I know what you guys are saying, you know, look at the ball on top, that's different. Well, one thing doesn't make a difference. I mean, but I'll tell you what, I'll fetch. That particular ball is called motion tracking. It's being done before. Matter of fact, not only it's been done via hardware and software. On a software level, Grand Theft Auto 3 has been using it. Think about it. You know those particular parts where you'll be driving and you notice that you think it's cool that the driver of the head, he'll turn his head towards another car that'll pass him and he's continually looking at the car for a while. That's called motion tracking. On a hardware level, please pick any. Well, just about any. I'll tell you what. Instead of putting any, I'll give you an example of motion tracking. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings use that exact technology as motion tracking. By that I mean a lot of movies use the balls to hook up to actual programs in order to track the movements of a character. If you don't know which character I'm referring to yet, I'll go ahead and let you know. I'm referring to a few characters, of course. Those hunter guys, you know, I forget what they call the spectrums or whatever they call specters. Another example is what do you call it? Gollum. If you need a video game, another example, Mass Effect. Mass Effect were two games that actually did use motion capture technology in order to animate the troops and whatnot, especially part 2. At any rate, like I said before, it's way too early though. We don't know what Natal has to offer. Now, we have seen a couple of things. They've released a couple of things that Natal can do via voice recognition, which, by the way, I think vintage Sony, one of the Sony representatives opened their mouth, was like, well, all you gotta do is just go to PlayStation 2's PlayStation Eye and you'll be able to get the same experience. Last time I checked, the PlayStation Eye couldn't do voice recognition, or you know, they couldn't do voice recognition or facial recognition, as far as I know. Now, I am worried about the sales though, however, because when it comes down to it, the PlayStation Move and the PlayStation Move require you to buy the camera. Now, a lot of people might be able to buy the camera, such as Hulkmaster Flex, because Hulkmaster Flex actually owns the camera already, so he'll be able to get moving with little problems. However, a lot of people don't even own the actual camera yet. So to think that they're going to get a move for the camera is I'm not really sure if that's going to work. Another thing is that Sony believes that this is going to work because it's going to take over the living rooms of that of which Nintendo already has. Once again, the Sony is being quite crazy in terms of the things they're talking about. Think about it. Why would these people give up their Wii for this? Think about it. First of all, the Wii holds a lot more games than they have to offer. Now, granted, I'm looking at the games here, and I'm impressed with the games. Don't get it twisted. I'm impressed with the games, especially the archery one. I love archery, so, you know, I think the archery particular one is going to be really good. The fighting one, yeah, definitely. So, by all means, if you guys are looking towards a program that's actually going to exercise your body, you know, God forbid, but then yeah, I think that this actually might be a pretty good program to work out with. I definitely do think so. The Project Move I'm referring to, Project Move, you know what I mean, PlayStation Move. So yeah, especially that fighting game. You know, so definitely you're going to get an upper body workout, definitely. However, even with that on that level, if you think about it, didn't Project Natal have a full body martial arts program? So the reality of it is that you might even get a better workout on Project Natal. Now, once again, I'm not saying that that is the case, but it's a good, you know, it's a good chance that it might come with that. Now, another thing is that they've yet, Project Natal has yet to even release their full information. So for all we know, those little tracking balls that's actually that comes with the with your PlayStation Move could come with actual Project Natal. I mean, you actually might pick up something. They might actually release a controller peripheral for that particular system. You never know. I mean, that would be a good idea. I think so, because the whole no buttons thing is not working for me. At any rate, like I said before, it's way too premature to make judgment on the Project Natal. In terms of what I said before I go, let me give you one example. You see that little second controller on the left-hand side, this one right here? Remember, we only knew about this. We only knew about this. We were never given any information on this until 2 months later. Then we finally got information on it. So just like with that, we don't know the full information with this. They could come out with controllers. Bang, right there. Controllers right there. This could be only just be the tip of the iceberg, as this was. We could have a second and third handheld controller in our hands, and you never would know. All I'm saying is that before you guys want to make judgment on which one's going to be better, why don't you go ahead and wait till E3? By E3, most likely, they're going to go ahead and release every and any information on the TAL. So that way, we'll know all the information, and then you can make a judgment in terms of which one is better. You guys have a good night. Zephyrix is out.